It all began on an ordinary Monday morning in a small town. The streets were busy with people rushing to work, kids heading to school, and the usual chaos of a new week. Among the crowd was an elderly man named Thomas. He was dressed in worn-out clothes, his face weathered by time, his eyes tired but kind. He stood by the sidewalk, struggling to carry a heavy bag of groceries. Most people passed him by, lost in their own worlds. Then came Emily, a young woman in her late 20s, juggling a coffee cup and a shoulder bag while scrolling on her phone. She nearly passed Thomas but caught a glimpse of him just in time. She paused. Just for a moment. That single pause made all the difference. She walked over, offered a warm smile, and said, "Let me help you with that." Thomas looked surprised, then relieved. He nodded, and together they slowly walked to his home a few blocks away. On the way, they talked. Emily learned that Thomas was a retired schoolteacher, living alone since his wife passed away a few years ago. He had no children and very few visitors. Emily listened with genuine interest, asked questions, and offered a kind ear, something he hadn't experienced in a long time. When they reached his door, he thanked her, eyes glistening with gratitude. Emily could have gone on with her day and forgotten about it. But she didn't. That moment stayed with her. She thought about how something so small, a few minutes, a little help, a kind conversation, had meant the world to someone. That night, she posted on her social media, encouraging people to do one kind thing the next day and tag it as the Ripple Challenge. She didn't think much would come of it. The next day, her post went viral. People started sharing stories. A teenager bought breakfast for a homeless man. A nurse paid for a struggling single mother's groceries. A cab driver refused to take money from a pregnant woman and simply said, "Pass it on." Acts of kindness were happening everywhere, small and large, all inspired by one quiet moment between Emily and Thomas. The story didn't stop there. Among those who saw Emily's post was a high school student named Ayan. He was struggling with anxiety and felt invisible at school. Inspired by the challenge, he decided to sit next to a classmate who always ate lunch alone. They started talking. Day by day, that connection grew. Ayan realized that his classmate, Leo, was also struggling with loneliness and bullying. That one gesture became a friendship that saved both boys from the shadows they were stuck in. Months later, Leo started organizing kindness clubs in schools. Kids were encouraged to do good, share stories, and create a culture of care and connection. It spread like wildfire. Dozens of schools adopted the idea. All of it traced back to one moment on a busy sidewalk. Meanwhile, Thomas, the man who had started it all, didn't know what his moment with Emily had led to. One morning, he received a letter in the mail with a photo of a group of kids holding a banner that said, "Ripple Club, be the reason." The letter explained everything. As he read it, tears streamed down his face. For the first time in years, he didn't feel alone. He felt seen. And he knew he mattered. This is the world we make. Not through grand gestures, but through small, intentional acts of goodness. A door held open. A message of encouragement. A bag carried. A smile shared. These are the seeds that grow forests of hope. These are the stones that create ripples that travel farther than we'll ever know. When we choose kindness, we are building a world that remembers. That notices. That heals. Sometimes we wonder if our small efforts matter. But here's the truth, they do. And they always will. The beauty of kindness is that it multiplies. What begins as a spark in one heart can ignite warmth in thousands. What feels like one drop becomes a wave. So, today, wherever you are, whatever you're going through, remember this: you have the power to make someone's day better. You have the power to start a ripple that may change a life. You don't need permission, money, or a plan. You just need to care. Let's not wait for the world to be better. Let's make it better. One act at a time. One moment at a time. This is the ripple effect. This is paying it forward. This is kindness, the world we make. If this story moved you, share it with someone who needs a reminder that goodness still exists. And if you've experienced a moment of kindness that changed you, tell us in the comments. Let's flood this space with stories that restore our